We die. Good evening, everybody. My name is Seth Eisenberg. This is the conservative corner. It's a big snowman behind me. And it's 7:01, so I'm on time yet again. Um, Hope you all had a good Christmas. We're only, what, 3 days out of Christmas. So I don't know if you still have family over or you're still off for all next week, because next week's New Year's Eve on Wednesday again. Thursday's New Year's Day. So I don't know if you still have family over, you're still celebrating, or just relaxing this week, which would probably be a good idea. I didn't take off this week. I should have. I took off next Friday so I can enjoy New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Not that you do anything on New Year's Day, but I'll be off the second. So I'll have a long week and short week, which is good. So hope you had a good week. Enjoyed Christmas. Hope you're having a good weekend. If you're going back to work tomorrow, it's a short week, so it makes it a little bit easier. If you're off, enjoy it. Um, Again, the chat is up, so if you have anything you want to say or ask or whatever, just put it in the chat and I'll get to it. We have a guest with us, so I'm going to go through the breaking news quickly and then get to the guest and get to the main part of the show. I don't know if you saw this, but the BLM leader is now facing 450 years in prison for 20 counts of wire fraud and 5 counts of money laundering. Are you really surprised? They've done nothing to help the black community. They've organized riots. They've burnt down cities. They've attacked and killed police officers. So this is just icing on the cake. And if it shocks you, you're stupid. They've done absolutely nothing to help the black community, except she's bought, 5 or 6 houses, 15 or 20 cars. I think they found out she had. It's a joke. It was all a hustle, and people fell for it. And she's living, well, obviously she's living fat. Looks like she hasn't missed any meals because people are paying for it. But maybe she's gonna. I don't think she'll do any. I don't think she's gonna do 450 years in prison. She might get 6 or 7 years and have to pay all the money back. But it doesn't matter because people are stupid. When she gets out, they're going to say, well, I only did it to her because she's black. She really never did anything wrong. It's all racism. Even though they've got evidence out the ass to prove she did it, there are morons out there that won't believe the evidence because, it's all about race, not about facts. It's your emotions mean more than that. So this couldn't have happened to a better person, a pimp and a hustler. I hope she does some time because she took advantage of people's grief and misery and made money off of them. So I hope she pays the price. Just human trash. Then Hungary has amended their constitution to officially and legally only recognize male and female genders. That is it. You can't be a Ziza or a they, them, or whatever else they do now in Hungary because you have no legal rights if you do that. I don't think you need to make it illegal. I think it just should be common sense prevails. There's men and women, male and female. That's it. Anybody tries to tell you something different has a mental illness. There is no other gender. And the funny thing is, they've been digging up skeletons for centuries? Oh, look, there's a person from like 2 BC, and all they ever find are men and women, male and female. That's it. They've never found a third gender, ever. When they find these bones and remains. It's kind of crazy. But if you talk to some of these people, there's 72 genders or something like that? I don't know. I lost track. I mean, the LGBTQ plus whatever it is now, I've lost track of that. They add a new letter every day. It makes no sense. But what makes even less sense is people buy into it and believe it. And they will argue with you that there's more than one gender or 2 genders. Well, now if you live in Hungary, you're a man or a woman, male or female, and that is it. And if you don't like it, you can get the hell out of Hungary. And then I don't know how it came to that. I read they didn't really come up with hey, we're doing this because I think they're doing it to head off any future issues like they see in our country, with people running around saying they're an elf or they identify as a tree or whatever it is they do, and they're not a male, they're fluid gender. Maybe like, we don't want to deal with that bullshit. So we're going to make it legal that there's only male and female genders. Male, female, and insane. I think that's what it should be. So good for Hungary. I don't know how they're going to enforce that. I don't know if it's enforceable. I mean, you can't send police to somebody's house when it's Hungary. Who knows what they can do in Hungary? I don't know what the rest of their constitution says. They might just, you go into a store and go, I don't identify as a male. They might be able to beat you up. I don't know. So it's got to be enforceable somehow. So every country should be able to do what they want to do as long as they're not hurting people or killing people. Then we shouldn't say anything about it. It's not our business. If you look at the bottom of the ticker, we got some updated news. Like ICE shifts its tactics to arrest people, more people. U.S. 1 in 4 people are facing overwhelming medical expenses in the U.S. Gold breaks through $4,500 an ounce threshold. Silver tops out at 75. Wow. Netanyahu's on the way to talk with Trump for a meeting. North Korea's Kim Jong-un oversees cruise missiles drills again. That's whatever. And Bridget Bardot passes away at 91 years old. So she lived a good life. She had a good life. She used to be a good-looking woman. Everybody used to be good-looking. Then mean old Mr. Gravity takes over. And you're not so good-looking anymore. Start drooping in the face. Unless, of course, you're me. I'm age-defying. So I'm going to bring on my guest. He's been on before. He's a good guy. I'll let him introduce himself because I always forget stuff, so I don't ever like introducing people because I say too much or say too little, and then they look at me funny. So I'll let them do it. There he is.
Hey.
Profiter.
What do you say?
Not much or too much. Depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
So introduce yourself to everybody and let them know who you are. And
all right, I am Fred Profiter. I am the outgoing president of the Frederick County Conservative Club. Made a big decision this week. Hopefully somebody will step up to fill my shoes. If not, then the Conservative Club will slowly go away over the course of the next year.
Which I hope doesn't happen because it's the only club that does anything.
Yeah, I've gotten one call, somebody who's interested, and somebody else has 2 other people that might be interested. They're going to try and work with them to bring them in.
Well, that's good. What I thought was funny, well, Fred made the announcement on the Facebook page, that January 4th is your official last day, right?
Right.
And, of course, you get people saying, oh, we're going to miss you, doing great. What was really funny, and maybe Fred didn't think it was funny, I thought it was hilarious. There was the president of the Republican Club pipes in and says, we may not have seen eye to eye all the time. And I'm thinking, dude, there was nothing to see eye to eye on. You didn't do shit. No one disagreed with you because you didn't do anything. There was nothing to disagree with. But people always build themselves up to be bigger than they are. Like, oh, we should have done this or should have done that. But yeah, they were all. And then another guy, like, we never saw eye to eye on a lot of things. But you did a lot. Dude, shut up. You could have done just as much as Fred did, but you chose not to. And that's what I don't get. These people, you have a club like Fred did, who did stuff with it. What? Trump rallies, debates. Lots of shit.
We ran the gamut. We had debates.
And then these other clubs who had been around longer did nothing.
3 bus trips down to D.C.
Yeah. And these other clubs who were been around years longer did absolutely nothing the entire time.
The Trump motorcade with 200 vehicles and a Trump bus.
Yeah, you did a lot, and they didn't do anything.
No.
This last thing you did, what was the memorial for Kirk?
Yep.
Charlie Kirk. Just being out there and being honest, I'm the vice president of the club Fred's the president of. So, of course, I think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But it's also the truth. We did things that nobody else did. It's not like we did things that nobody else could. They could have done it just as easily as we did,
Right.
but they chose not to.
So,
And like that's why I'm always saying the Republican Party in Maryland's a joke. It's an utter joke. But yeah, Fred is stepping down January 4th. If other people step up to take over, I will hang out to help them through.
yeah,
But I would like to. I've been doing it with Fred. What 5-6 years now?
6 years.
I'm ready. I'm done. I'm tired. Don't want to do it. Can't.
You and me both, brother.
People don't understand how much effort Fred had to put in to running the club. It's if you run a club, you know exactly what I mean. It's not just one day or once a month you do something. You got to plan the entire month for the next month. Then you got to put things together. You got to get people there. You got to do schedule. I mean, it's a lot of stuff to do, and he's been doing it for 6 years.
Plus, I'm hauling all the equipment, setting it all up, breaking it all down, hauling it back home again, putting it all away again.
You got to store it.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of stuff. See, hopefully the people that step in understand this is not like a 2-hour month commitment. It's a commitment. It's not like having another job. I don't want to say it's that involved, but it does require some time. You just can't weekend it.
It's mentally taxing.
Yes. Especially if you have to deal with me. I think it's even more difficult.
Oh, you're the easy one to deal with.
I'll never hear that again.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
But if you live in Western Maryland or close to Frederick and you're interested in helping Fred transition out and become part of the club, it's fccc.us, or you can email at frederickcountyconservativeclub.com.
Yeah. Info at frederickcountyconservativeclub.com.
And we'll go over that again before he leaves, just so everybody knows. But yeah, he is currently the president of the Frederick County Conservative Club. Will be stepping down January 4th after a 6-year run. I want to step down too, but if someone steps up to run the club, I will hang out like as an advisor to help them get their feet down and get the stuff set up for the treasurer and things like that. And I'm sure Fred will hang out too to help their new president. Hey, this is what you got to do. Let me work with you. We're not just going to bail and go and run out the door.
It's yours. See ya.
Enjoy it. We'll stick around for like a couple of months, but we're going to be very, very much in the background at that point. We're not going to be involved with like setting up the meetings or running the meetings. We'll go to the meetings to help, but we don't want to be involved at that point anymore. But we're not going to bail and leave you on an island. And serious inquiries only. I mean, even though Fred's leaving the club and I'll be leaving the club, it is still something we pretty much built from the ground up. When we first took over the club, it was one room, 15, 20 people meeting at a restaurant. Now we get 40, 50 people. Got to rent out spaces big enough for that. We've had people running for governor, mayor, sheriff, congressmen, senators all come to our meetings and talk. National organizations have come to talk because Fred has asked them. So we don't want to just turn it over to Elmer Fudd. We want somebody who's really going to try to run with it and make it better. So serious inquiries only. And once again, we're not going to leave you on an island. We won't just wash our hands and walk away. Fred will help you. I will help you as best we can. And then we'll wash our hands and walk away. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. I know some things you want to talk about too, so we'll jump back and forth. I don't know if you've seen this. This has made me sick. Let's bring this up. Former Governor Kate Brown, of course, who is a Democrat, released a child killer who executed a teenage girl because she found out where she stumbled. He was staying in a hotel. She worked there, and he had some stuff that he stole from somebody. She had no idea and said, hey, that's really neat stuff. Where'd you get it? He thought she was trying to blackmail him and was going to tell the police. So he drove her out to some secluded road and shot her in the head and left her body in the ditch. The governor,
real charming.
Yeah, real nice guy. The governor at that time, Kate Brown, commuted his sentence and gave him clemency. And now he sits on the Salem Police Board Review Board.
That's like the wolf watching the hen house.
That's even worse than that. I can't even describe how disgusting that is. and that I think that shows glaringly the difference between a conservative and a liberal.
Yeah, it's is indicative of where we are at as a society.
I mean, and
There's
Frederick,
those of us that believe in law and order,
yeah,
and those that say, well, that wasn't that bad. It was only a 15-year-old girl. No
yeah,
big deal.
I think he did 20 years on a life sentence, 27 years. And people are like, well, that's a long time. No, it's not. He took someone's life. 27
No,
years is nothing. And it
she didn't
wasn't
get
like
to see 35.
it was a mistake. Like he accidentally shot her or something happened and it ended up that way. He purposely executed that girl. And I don't know how a governor, well, I know how a governor, because they're liberals. They don't see the world like everybody else does. But when it comes to the difference is conservatives don't do that. They don't go, okay, you've served some time, you can come out. Conservatives agree that, yeah, you could change. Maybe you were truly remorseful for what you did. And if you could go back in time, you would change it. We believe that you do get a second chance. You can be a better person if you want to. But that doesn't mean you get out of prison. That doesn't mean because you've taught some prisoners to read and write or color or whatever that you get out of prison early because of that. That's not how things happen. You serve your time. Liberals, on the other hand, think, oh, you've done something great. You're rehabilitated. You can get out of prison now. You don't get out because you've done something good in prison. And that's what I think the difference between liberals and conservatives is, or good people and bad people.
Right.
When I had to read it twice, I thought it was like from The Onion or something. I didn't think it was true.
Yeah,
like, there's no way it's true. I mean,
it's funny when The Onion makes more sense than real news.
Oh, I know. And I know Frederick, where we live, has a police review board. And I thought one of the stipulations was you couldn't have a felony record. Like you couldn't be on that board if you have been convicted of a felony.
Yeah. That's
I guess
the way I
apparently where
understand
he's at, it doesn't matter. I don't. Okay. Do I think there should be police review boards? Yes, because not all cops should be cops. And they do things like any other profession, they do wrong things. They're bad people in every profession. But I do think if you're on a police review board, you shouldn't be a criminal.
Right. Yeah. Criminals need not apply.
Yeah. Something tells me you're always going to say the cops are wrong. I'm just guessing.
Go figure.
I don't know. But I just think that's horrible.
Just another part of the crazy world.
Yeah, but it's not crazy. It's stupid. That's just old fashioned stupid.
No, it's insanity. It is crazy. It's insanity.
You executed some girl. Oh, we'll let you out of prison early. Oh, and now you can be on a police review board. That's not crazy. That's just stupid. That's stupid.
Yeah, you should never be breathing free air.
No, you shouldn't. And I'm all for, like, if you've served your time, you're square with the house. Your tab is paid. You're good. He didn't serve his time.
Right.
So he's not square with the house. He still has an open tab. I don't know. Maybe we're just old fashioned, man. I know when I messed up when I was a kid, I got held accountable. I don't know why that's such revolution thinking there. Like, oh no, you can't hold people accountable. Are you crazy? Come on, giant comet. Here's another moron. I guess this is what they would call the chief of police down under. The Australian Federal Police issued a statement that the Bondi Beach was not motivated by religion at all.
All right, so 2 Muslims with guns shooting at Jews was not a religious.
No, sir. Move on. Nothing to see here.
Okay, I'm good.
Nothing to see here, sir. Move on. That's what they're peddling now.
Let 2 Jews with guns take out a bunch of Muslims. See what happens.
Oh yeah, of course that would be completely reprehensible and they condemn Israel, but it's not. The Muslims weren't shooting them because they were Jews. Had not, even though everybody that was shot was a Jew. That was just coincidence. Everybody they shot at was at a celebration for Hanukkah. They didn't know that. They were just
what was
randomly
the percentage
shooting
of Jews on Bondi Beach that day?
Yeah, they didn't know that. They were just randomly shooting at people, and they happened to hit, 16 Jews. It's like the luckiest shots in the world. We didn't mean to hit them, but look, we got 16 of them. I think they're doing stuff and saying stuff like that because they don't want to be looked at as Islamophobics. I mean, a 2-year-old knows that was motivated by religion.
Oh, and the shit that I caught I made a post of Australia proves only criminals will have guns if you outlaw guns. Oh, you can still get guns in Australia? Yeah, but it's a privilege, not a right.
Right.
There's less than 1 million guns in Australia now.
And I bet you over half are in the wrong hands.
And they said, oh, look at the numbers. Had a mass shooting in 29 years. Yeah, well, that's wrong. I mean, they've had ever since they had the gun buybacks and the turn-ins and whatnot.
Well, when this first happened, I don't know if you noticed, but on X, all the liberals were losing their mind. Gun violence has to stop. Gun violence has to stop. Same thing when that guy was in Brown University and shot those people. Gun violence has to stop. We got to ban guns. Not once did anybody hold the shooters accountable. It was guns, guns, guns. And over here, it was Trump's fault, Republicans' fault. They never once mentioned the shooter that actually shot people. It wasn't his fault. They didn't mention him. It was everybody else but.
No, of course
not. I'll never understand thinking like that. I blame the shooter.
Yeah, get back to Brown University. How the hell did it take them 5 days to find this guy?
I don't know.
5 days.
They
didn't have a name. They didn't release a photograph. They had somebody they suspected with a mask on and face diaper on.
Didn't they get somebody the second day, a person of interest, and then realize he had nothing to do with it?
Yeah, he's a homeless guy. There was a former Brown graduate.
There you go.
He's a Brown graduate living in the engineering building.
There you go.
Where the shootings took place.
College education pays off. You're homeless. Have a degree from the Brown University, and you're living in the building that you learned in. That's great. That's awesome. Money well spent.
The security there is so lax.
Well, most colleges' security is lax. They don't. I mean, I haven't been to a college campus in my entire life to visit somebody where I felt like the police department there was top notch.
Well, they advertise Brown's a safe place.
They got to. They try to get money.
Yeah. They didn't tell them it was safe spaces.
Colleges are just money makers now. That's all it is. It's retail.
Oh, yeah. $6 billion endowment.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, nobody, all the ex-posts, nobody called out the shooter. They called out Donald Trump. They called out Republicans. They called out guns. They called out the Second Amendment. Not once did somebody go, hey, maybe we should blame the guy that killed people. It's his fault.
What a revelation.
It's the gun's fault. The gun made him do it. I can't imagine being that stupid. I really can't. I mean, you have to, that's like an effort at being stupid. You have to try to be that stupid. You work at it every day. Like, how can I be stupider today than I was yesterday? I know. Let's blame guns for a guy shooting people, but not the guy who used the gun. It's not his fault. Let's not mention him.
I've tried to get my guns to jump up and shoot by themselves hundreds of times, and they've never done it.
I go in my room and insult my shotgun and throw things at it. It doesn't shoot me.
Well, you watch One of these nights it's going to wake up.
I think it will use a hammer. It won't even use a gun. It'll hit me with a hammer. But yeah, it's like I said, it's the same thing down in Australia. They're not blaming the shooters. It's guns. Let's strengthen the gun laws.
And they have some of the most stringent gun laws in the world.
I was going to say, what other laws could they make?
Yeah.
I don't get it. And as long as they keep attacking it as a gun problem, it'll never get better because it's not a gun problem. It's a person problem.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
What England, you can't have a gun in London, in England. And now their stabbings are like out of control. They got like 75,000 people stabbed to death last year, some crazy number. So it doesn't matter. If somebody wants to hurt you, they're going to find a way to hurt
kill. They're going to kill.
Yeah, it's the only one thing humans have increased and become more efficient with is how to kill people. We've gone from a rock, when Cain killed Abel, to nuclear weapons that can wipe out entire cities.
Right.
And they think we could ban guns. I mean, the guy Brown didn't even use an assault rifle. He used a pistol. That's why they're not making a big deal about assault weapons now, because they got nothing to fall back on. It was a guy with a pistol, so they can't go, well, assault weapons.
Yeah, they lost that narrative.
For right now, some other fool will use a rifle and kill people, and we'll have to listen to that whole rigmarole again.
Oh, yeah, New Year's Eve coming, so, you know.
Jesus, that's right, yeah.
Detroit, Chicago, Seattle.
Oh, yeah, Jesus. And Baltimore.
Yeah. Right in our own backyard.
I was talking to some idiot liberal last week about guns, and of course, AR-15s that will put a football size hole in you and blah blah. I'm like, no, they won't. Where do you get your information from? Well, I've read the reports. I said, okay, what report did you read that tells you an AR-15 will put a hole that big in your chest? What I want to see that report. I don't remember. I said, I know you don't remember because you didn't read it. You're making it up. I said, the shotgun I have is far more deadly than an AR-15. If I had to choose to get shot by one, an AR-15 or a 12 gauge with a slug in my arm, like right here, I would want the AR-15 every day of the week.
Yep.
That 12 gauge will take my arm off. The AR-15 will put a hole in me. Oh, no, it won't. I said, it just looks scary. That's all it is. AR-15 looks scary.
Well, they've been around since the 50s. They ought to be used to them by now.
It gets to the point now where I don't even like talking to liberals because they just make up shit as they go.
Yeah, they'll gaslight you.
I don't know. They get annoying. So while we're in this, Frederick is in the data center, or I don't know if they're getting it or they're still kind of debating it. I don't know where it's at right now.
Well, you got two going on.
Okay.
You got one in Adamstown.
Yep.
And you got one in Frederick.
Okay.
So one is a city problem. The other one's a county problem. So Adamstown looks like it's a done deal.
Okay.
Going in down there at the East Elko plant.
All right. Okay.
And it's too close to the schools. The diesel generators they want to bring in, that they have to run all the time, put out such a hum that it's distracting and it causes psychological.
Oh, yeah, like fluorescent light tubes.
Yeah, all day long.
And don't they use like an exorbitant amount of water continuously? Don't they have to?
They have to cool them constantly, and that's another problem. It's going to draw from the water table. It's going to lower everybody's wells down in Adamstown, and then you have all the nitrates that are coming from the processed water that they use. And apparently they take the water, they convert it to steam, and then bring it back to water so it's cooler. And then in that process is when all the nitrates go into the water, and then when they discharge it, it leaches back into the ground. So then we're going to be having that much more nitrates, other than what we already get from farming.
Right.
You know, farming's a walk in the park compared to the shit these things put out.
And how big is the facility going to be? Have they said yet?
Like 130,000 square feet, something like that.
It's like a warehouse size.
Yeah, yeah. And the jobs. No, once the thing's up and running, you have about 12 people that work inside there that check the gauges and whatever else they do, walk around their lab coats. It's not all the jobs, you know. The jobs are in the construction of it.
I was going to say, it's like, and that won't take very long. What, maybe a year and a half to put up?
Yeah, about that. So it's a short-lived boom.
Now, the problem with this was on the county council, Republicans voted for it. One Republican voted for it.
One uniparty voted for it.
Has he come out and said why he's voted for it? Why he supports it?
I haven't seen or heard. So I heard that Steve McKay got taken over the coals for the drama that he brought in his closing statements after the vote the other night. And he's absolutely right. I mean, the overlay that they made, it expands the area that they can use to make put these data centers in. And we haven't even talked about the grid yet.
Oh, yeah. It's going to pull a lot of juice.
Oh, my God. If they approve that thing, we better be prepared for rolling brownouts through the summer. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to take that much power off of what we need to run that piece of shit. I don't want it at all. I don't want it in Maryland. You want it in Virginia? Have at it.
Yeah, let them have it.
And then they want to bring power lines in from Pennsylvania across Maryland into Virginia to power Virginia's data centers. Taking our property. No. Find another route.
Now, for people that don't know, in Frederick County Council, there are two Republicans. You have Steve McKay, 50-50, I would say, when it comes to Republican, Democrat. Wherever the wind blows is usually where he votes. He doesn't want to be odd man out. Then you have Mason Carter, who's 21 now? 20?
Yeah, 21.
He was elected when he was 18. He's 21 now. Everybody thought, the club where Fred runs and I'm part of, thought he was going to be a staunch conservative. We helped him get elected. Well, not help. We pretty much got him elected. Fred did.
Yeah, we planted the seed in his head and got him trained.
And since he's been in office, he's been a disappointment. He's pretty much lockstep with the Democrats. The president of the county council, Brad Young, was the president of the Board of Education when the Department of Justice investigated them and found out they had violated special needs students' civil rights over 10,000 times over 4 years. That man has blood on his hands. He is a hustler. He's a pimp. He's as slick as they come. And he runs the county council, and Mason Carter has gravitated towards him. They're buddies. There's pictures of them out eating and things like that. On this podcast a while ago, I even said Mason Carter is a joke. He shouldn't be here. He needs to go. Hopefully this will get him out. And correct me if I'm wrong, Fred, I think even Democrats don't like that this thing is coming. And I think at this point, Brad Young's job is in jeopardy when it comes to next election.
Yes.
And I think Mason Carter's job is in direct trouble because of this vote.
The Democrats are really upset with Fitzwater, the county executive.
The self-proclaimed racist?
Yeah, self-proclaimed racist, exactly. So,
yeah, but I was reading that a lot of people are coming. I mean, a lot of people that supported Brad Young are coming out at him.
Yep. So,
and it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Like I said, he sat back while kids were tortured.
So.
And I didn't know.
No, I'm still looking for candidates.
Yeah. But yeah, so Frederick County is weird. It's I don't want to say it's completely run by liberals because there are a few holdout Republicans, but those Republicans slowly go to the dark side, and then you can't trust them to do the right thing anymore. Like I said, Steve McKay's 50-50. Sometimes he does the right thing, sometimes he doesn't. It's weird. And again, I blame the Republican Party in Frederick County in Maryland because they don't do anything to promote anybody to run. They don't do anything. I mean, was it when Dan Cox ran for governor, they worked against him, the Republican Party.
Yeah.
In Frederick County,
the Republican Club.
Yeah, the Republican
absolutely
Club worked against him.
In the Republican Club. When he was a candidate.
That's why I tell everybody, if you're going to give money to a candidate, give it directly to the candidate. Don't give it to the party. Go right to the candidate. Because if you give it to the party in Maryland, if they don't like the candidate, you know what they're going to do? Give it to the Democrat. That's what they did in Maryland. Yep. Republican candidates gave the Democrat governor candidate money. I'm not lying. You can look all this up. I'm not making this up. So yeah, Frederick is weird. Maryland is almost as bad as California. But yeah, this data center is probably not a good thing. But the people that were elected to fight it, the conservative candidates, are split. So it's going to pass because no one's standing up for what's right because they just want to be invited to all the parties and get their pictures in the paper.
The sad part is that the public didn't get involved with this until too late. Again, you know, they had meetings, they had planning commission meetings about this for a year now, and nobody ever showed up.
Well, I blame the Republican Party for that.
Well, that and all they got to do is put a notification in the newspaper saying there's going to be a meeting.
Yeah, that's it.
Who the fuck reads newspapers anymore?
I do when I'm like wrapping fish.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, the Republican Party doesn't put anything out. They don't attempt to spread news. It's like I said, they're worried about getting your money and then throwing parties. That's their big concern. Holiday parties and happy hours. That's all they're worried about. Like there was with that big convention they had, a couple of weeks ago for Republicans. I don't know. I think it was in Annapolis. So the Republican Club went. The Republican Central Committee of Frederick went, got their pictures in all the papers. I don't know how much it cost, but guess who paid for it? The club members and donors, the people who donate. They didn't put it towards candidates. They didn't put it towards educating the public about these data centers. They put it towards dinner. That should piss you off if you're a Frederick County resident or a Maryland resident. You should be up in arms about that and cut them off. You don't need to give to the party, give to the candidates. The parties are just middlemen. You don't need them. They haven't done anything to earn your money anyway. Go right to the candidate. But people won't do that. People are suckers.
I ran around with my hat in my hand 2 months ago trying to raise money for the Charlie Kirk thing. You know? And that's exactly where the money went. It went to the lighting, it went to the sound, it went to everything. $500 I raised. I spent every bit.
It was tough
on the event.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to raise that money.
So,
but these clubs, we're going to have a dinner. People are tripping over themselves to donate money. Well, here, let's get this speaker. Well, here's like $300. Why? I don't. Well, P.T. Barnum said it best: "A fool and their money are soon parted." So,
yeah. I thought he was 15 minutes of fame.
No, that was Andy Warhol.
Oh, okay.
Everybody gets 15 minutes.
Okay.
I haven't got mine yet, or maybe I did.
Barnum was not my clown, not my circus.
That's a Polish proverb. Not my monkey. Yeah, not my circus, not my monkey. Now, here's another idiot I'm sure you've heard of. He's the Dearborn Muslim mayor who has come out and said that America has to assimilate to the immigration population, not the other way around. That it's our responsibility to become more like them than them to become more like us.
You sent that to me, and I had to stare at that thing and reread that thing over and over. Wait a minute. In here, but we have to adapt to them.
Yes, that's what he says.
That means we have sex with goats and whatnot?
Huh?
That means we can have sex with goats and whatnot?
Probably. We can marry 10-year-old little girls, have 25 wives, and
marry
hit them
sisters.
Because it's legal to beat your wife in Sharia law as long as you don't mark her face. It's legal. But the way I interpret it is like if I go to somebody's house and I don't like the way their living room furniture is, I'm just going to move it around to what I want, and they need to just shut up and let me do it.
So you're visiting, so they have to assimilate to you.
Yeah, they have to assimilate to the way I want their living room to be laid out.
Okay, that makes sense.
And it has to stay that way when I leave. Because if I come back over and it's been moved, you're just racist. You're a Sethophobe. That's why you changed it, because you don't like me.
I'm already Sethophobe.
But that's how I interpreted that. Like you go to somebody's house as a guest, and you just rearrange all their shit because you don't like it, and the person who invited you has to go, that's great, we'll leave it like that. No, not at all. But this schmuck, that's what he thinks, that we have to assimilate to them. Which brings up another point. It disturbs me that American politicians have to put forth motions and try to make a law that says no other country's laws can be enforced in our country. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Let's process that one. So,
there's no other country in the world that I can think of that would let me go to their country and demand they enforce the U.S. Constitution. You have to start enforcing the U.S. Constitution because I'm here now. They throw me out.
I'm going to set up my own court.
Yeah, I want my own court now. Yeah. And you have to follow my rules. They would throw me out.
Here come the judge.
Yeah, but here it's okay. They can do that. No. And then we have to make laws that says they can't, because if we don't have a law, idiots in these liberal states will let them set up their own courts.
Well, thankfully, Texas took a stand.
Texas banned it, like outright said no.
Outright.
Good.
So I'm sure it's going to get its court challenge.
Oh, it will, because the ACLU and the NAACP or whatever other alphabet agencies out there, that's how they make money, stirring up drama.
Stir up drama, send us your money, and we'll take care of the problem.
Right. Wasn't it New York that had a Muslim police patrol or something like that they discovered and shut down? Or I think I read that. It was a while ago.
What was that again?
In New York, there was like a Muslim patrol or something.
Yeah, there was one little sector of the Bronx or whatever
that had Muslim police patrolling and enforcing Sharia law.
Right.
And they do that in Dearborn. That's
Dearborn. All I can do is encourage them to drink the water.
Keep drinking it. It's good for you. The brown makes it chocolate flavored.
Yep.
But yeah, why don't these people that want to do this go to like Saudi Arabia or Iran or Iraq and demand the same things there that they're demanding of us here?
Oh, even better. Qatar.
Oh, yeah. What do they think would happen?
You know, Qatar's not a country. It's just a criminal enterprise.
It's like the gay people, Gays for Palestine. Do they realize that in Palestine they would kill them? Like that's not
the highest proof to throw them off.
It's not an exaggeration. It's not fantasy. They would kill them. They'd throw them off.
They would kill them. Thank you for your support.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, they had a gay pride parade in Palestine. It started at the 5th floor. It was, and these people, transgender people for Palestine, they would kill you.
Oh, going back to Hungary. You started out with Hungary?
That's good.
Did that The change of the Constitution outlaws LGBTQ and gay pride parades.
It should.
You
We
know,
don't have straight parades.
you know, and only couples, married couples, will be mostly only married couples will be able to adopt.
I tend to agree with that.
So I'm good with that.
Yeah, I don't understand gay pride parades. I mean, we don't have heterosexual pride parades. We don't have people with blue eye parades or, brown hair pride parades. They want to be treated just like everybody else, but they want to stand out.
Oh,
I don't get it. I don't understand it.
The more flamboyant, the better.
Walking down the street with kids around with their assless chaps on, and you see that one they had in San Francisco a couple years ago? Guy was in the pool, kids standing around. People get paid $10 to piss on him.
What?
Yes, it was on the news. He was laying in an inflatable pool on the side of the road with his leather on, and you could pay money to urinate on him. It was disgusting. And of course, the gay people there saw no problem with that. That's healthy sex, they said. And children should be exposed to that because that's what happens in the real world, so they should see it.
Oh, yeah.
Another man pissing on another man.
I see that shit on Sesame Street all the time.
Yeah, I remember Mr. Rogers doing that to the male guy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so kind of off topic, but yeah, I'm not assimilating anybody who comes here. It's not my responsibility to become like them.
No.
It's their responsibility to become like us.
I have a hard enough time being me.
Yeah, I know. I have a hard time being you too, so I understand that. But he said that out loud to applause. People agree with him. And I don't understand people. I don't know how they could, in their own minds, justify that. Like, that makes sense to me. I don't get it. And again, the Republican Party's silent. They don't want to get called, they're Islamophobes. So they're just going to sit back and let this happen.
That's why we're called the silent majority.
Here's another awesome thing I found over Christmas. A church, I think it was down in South Carolina, had the nativity scene set up, and they decided to add ICE agents arresting Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus because they were illegal immigrants during that time frame. And if ICE had been around, they would have arrested them. Yeah, I don't. Churches need to focus on church.
That church is a lost cause. Anybody pull out.
Well, most churches now
get out, church.
Those are far and few between now. Most churches don't teach the Bible because it holds people accountable, and they don't want to be accountable. Here's a report. A Charlotte church wanted to disturb passerbys this Christmas with a nativity scene depicting Jesus, Mary, and Joseph with masked immigration agents wearing bulletproof vests and brandishing handcuffs. The installation went up this week, so that would have been the week of Christmas, at the Mission Gathering Church at 420 East 15th Street in Optimist Park in Charlottesville. The church's pastor said the goal is to force viewers to confront the fear many immigrant families in Charlotte felt following recent immigration arrests in the city. The goal is to disturb, to make people feel something, said Reverend Andrew Shipley. What's been happening to Charlotte families is disturbing. It's graphic and it's horrifying.
Yeah. What about that girl that got killed on that subway? Did you say anything about her?
That's okay. No, that's okay. Illegal immigrants raping and killing people is fine. But arresting people who are illegally is wrong. Enforcing the laws is wrong. Demanding they be held accountable is wrong. But they can rape and kill. That's fine. That's okay. Because liberals will tell you, well, we have criminals here that do that. Exactly. Why do we import foreign models? We don't need any more. We got enough.
Yeah.
So they did that because, like he said, well, we got plenty. But he said that's what would happen to Jesus, Mary, and Joseph if ICE were around because they were illegally where they were, which is incorrect. They were, wasn't it, what? Who was the king then? Herod said all the people had to go back to their place of birth to be counted. So they were where they should have been.
Right.
And they weren't there illegally. And things were, you can't, that's what I hate. People will use today and compare it to like thousands of years ago. Well, they didn't do it back then. Well, back then, they thought if you were sick, you had ghosts in your body and you should do cocaine or have leeches attached to you. So what's your point? They were stupid back then. We know that.
Oh,
but that has no bearing on today. You can't compare us to them.
Let's do some bloodletting. He'll be all right.
Yeah. The devil's in you. Snort some cocaine. Yeah. Things were different. We're smarter now. It's like saying cavemen were stupid. Back then they weren't. Compared to us, they were stupid. They're not stupid now. But that's what liberals do. They compare apples to oranges, and in their mind, that makes sense to them. Like, oh yeah, that's great. That makes perfect sense. If the cavemen didn't do it, we shouldn't do it. I just think that's disturbing, not because of what it shows, but because of who did it and when they did it. So yep, church is going to shit. Most, like you said, Bible-based churches aren't. You can't find them anymore. Or if you can,
no, they're few and far between.
Yeah, I mean,
I go. I drive in Leesburg to go to church.
And that, it shouldn't. I'm not a churchgoer. For right or wrong, I don't go to church. But I think if I went to a church, I'd want to hear truth, not feelings.
Right.
There's a whole book that they can talk about. They don't need to make anything up. It's right there in front of them in a pretty big book. It's been around for a few years. Just read from the book. Teach from the book. Don't teach your head or from your heart because that's probably not going to jive with the book.
If I want feelings, I'll go to AA meeting.
Yeah, exactly. I go to AA meetings. But if I want feelings, or I don't want feelings, I want fact, go to church. Read to me from the Bible. But no, they can't do that because I think churches are more worried about having people there and getting money than they are worried about actually teaching what the Bible says.
Yeah, it's all about getting bodies in the seats. Bodies in the seats means money in the plate, and the pastor gets a new car.
Wasn't Oral Roberts years ago said he saw like a 900-foot Jesus in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and told him if he didn't get $1 million, he was going to kill him?
Yeah, something like that.
Jesus. And he got $1 million, which is even more ridiculous than anything else. I saw a 900-foot Jesus. Whatever. Someone should have given him the finger, told him to shut up. I got to take a break, pay the bills, and we'll be right back with Fred Profiter.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. The America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. APN's The Pulse, hosted by Alexandra, Damon, Elena, and Seth. So tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms: X/Twitter, Rumble, Truth Social, Parler, Facebook, and YouTube. Join the revolution. Because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
So, yep, that's our lineup. Fred the Hammer Galdo has a couple of shows and a radio show. He's also running for Congress in Jersey. So I'm sure he'll start talking about that more. Alexandra Levine is our White House correspondent. She has 2 shows as well during the week. Since she's probably the smartest person on the network, she gets to go to DC while they keep me and Damon locked up in the basement when we're not being used because we are not fit for polite society. And then there's me, who's here on Sundays and at 7. And we also do the Pulse on Wednesdays at 8, but we won't be doing that this week because of New Year's Eve. So we'll be back with the Pulse the first of the year, which would be the 7th of January. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's how it goes. Should check out the shows; they're good. The second segment's pretty much just international stuff. We get, and again, we're with Fred Profiter, outgoing president of the Frederick County Conservative Club, the most active club in Western Maryland.
I am very outgoing.
He is. He's actually an extrovert. I mean, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And the club is going to miss him. So that's why I'm saying if you'd like to step in and try to fill those shoes, good luck. But leadership is needed. And we are going to be, like I said earlier, we're going to be very selective about that. We're not just going to go, you want to be in charge, fine, here, you can be the president. It's not how it's going to work. It's going to be very selective, and the members are going to have a say in it as well. So keep that in mind. So China, who's probably one of the biggest violators of human rights in the world, has come out and said that the U.S. seizure of ships off the coast of Venezuela is a serious violation of international law.
Take it to the Hague.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about China, who routinely just executes people, puts people in prison that don't agree with them, or releases COVID to the world.
The biggest human rights violator in the world.
Oh, yeah. And now they're lecturing everybody else on violations of international law. I'm not making it up. It's right there.
Don't have a secret fleet. We won't have to capture your boats.
Yeah, and stop letting people run drugs out of your country, and we'll stop blowing them up.
Huh.
That's simple.
That's how it works.
Nothing we're doing requires a genius to figure it out. It's very simple. You don't want us to blow your ships up? Stop running them out.
George W. Bush could figure it out.
Yeah, that's saying something. If you don't want us to stop your oil ships, do what you're supposed to do.
Buy it legitimately.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy. It's common sense. Mm-hmm. If you had common sense, you'd figure out how to stop this. Like, let's stop.
Why would China go all the way to Venezuela for oil when they can just go to Saudi Arabia right around the corner?
I don't think it's China's oil. They're just saying in general what the U.S. is doing is wrong.
Well, the ships are going to China. They're going to Iran.
Yeah, Iran has an embargo. The whole world knows about that. I just thought it was funny that China is lecturing anyone about anything. That's like Jeffrey Dahmer giving you cooking tips. Like, what? Dude, stop. But yeah, they're lecturing people on violations of international law. Okay, whatever. Maybe next time, don't release a virus into the world, and we'll be okay. And we'll listen to you a little bit more.
Let's say China Coast Guard.
It looks like China Coast Guard.
With our symbol on it.
Maybe they're going to start using them to defend the ship. I don't know. Who knows? It's that whole situation is so convoluted, and everybody's trying to get involved and be the good guy. It's getting ridiculous. Yep, China is now lecturing people on violations of international law. And people listen. The liberals will listen to them. Like, you hear what China said. They're right. Who cares if they kill people and jail people for no reason and quash religious rights? Who cares? You can't make this stuff up, man. I mean, you can, but you'd be a Hollywood producer. You'd be a billionaire.
Yep.
Hell, they can't even make it up. They can't even come up with original movies anymore. They're just remaking old ones. How about this? This made me smile. That is called a tomahawk. delivered by the U.S. Navy to Nigeria after multiple warnings.
Oh, yeah.
They warned about killing Christians.
Don't fuck with the Christians.
Leave them alone.
We were told, you were warned.
Many times. But no. I have it written. Where is it? I have an article about that somewhere. I was going to find it. I don't find it. Never mind. And of course, all the liberals are saying Trump is killing black people. That's why he did it. He's trying to kill black people. No, he's killing terrorists, ISIS.
Right.
That's who he's killing. And only a racist would be concerned about the color of a murderer.
But they're leaving out the other half of the equation where he's saving the black Christians.
Yes, that doesn't matter, though. Facts don't matter. What matters is he's launching big, mean old Mr. Trump is launching missiles at defenseless black people for no reason. Because every place he hit, miraculously, has never had a terrorist in their village. They don't even know what ISIS is. They're all peaceful. Every missile that hit didn't kill a terrorist. And that's from the people on the ground. So you know it's got to be true because CNN's reporting that.
Yeah.
But literally, every missile that hit, they hit a village that is peaceful and has never had a dealing with any Muslim terrorist ever.
Oh. What's with all these bodies on the edge of town?
Who knows? But it wasn't done by that village. They don't know how they got there. They just found the people that were stabbed 35 times in their back. They don't know how they were hurt. What is ISIS? We don't even know what they are. And people believe it. People believe that the Navy is just firing off what? It's like $600,000 a missile? Just firing them off just to see where they hit. Like, what the hell? Let's spend $2 million in 10 minutes. Let's go for it. Let's do it.
Just like Hamas.
Yeah, just do it. Fire it.
Just randomly set shit off.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, push that button. Yeah, great. Look. And idiot liberals believe that. There's no intel. There's no investigation. There's nothing. The Navy just decided to steam out to the Indian Ocean, and for the hell of it, just fire off missiles and see where they hit. They just wanted to see what would happen. It's like when they sink the ships in Venezuela. They don't know if they got drugs or not. We're just sinking any ship that comes out of there because what the hell? We're the U.S. Navy. We can do that. And people believe that.
Just target practice.
That's all it is. We'll see if the missiles work.
Yeah. Hone your skills.
Yeah, we're practicing. I mean, you were in the Navy too. So much shit goes in before they even can think about launching. There's got to be so much shit that goes behind that.
Yeah, I mean, we went to Libya and got Gaddafi. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, I was 12 miles off the coast and just launched into airplanes.
But when people see this, they think this is all. They came up with, made this decision in 20 minutes, and they started doing it. This, I guarantee, a fast mission takes about a week. It's got to be planned out.
Yeah.
It's got to be mapped out. They got to know who's where, who's going to do what. When are they going to start doing this? This doesn't happen in a 15-minute window. And they're not firing blind. They know exactly where they're going. They know exactly what they're hitting. They know exactly what's there. Like I said last Sunday, they have satellites in space that could read the year on a quarter if you put it on the ground.
Yeah.
This is not random. They're not just looking at a map of Africa and throwing darts and going, here's where we're going to bomb. There, those 3 places, bomb them. No. And if you think that, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
You're truly.
Venezuela getting the drugs and the oil tankers. We have intel on the ground. We know the drugs are on the boats. We know the oil's going to Iran. We're going to act appropriately.
Oh, but the liberals, it's just Trump being Trump. He wants to be a king. There's no reason to do any of this. Do you really think, well, let's go back to the whole bullshit with, you need to disobey illegal orders. You were in boot camp. I was in boot camp. They beat that into your head. You don't need to be told that. You know that. You're told you can disregard any illegal order. It is your an obligation to disregard it.
But we weren't smart enough to know what an illegal order was.
Yeah, they just do it. Who cares?
At that point.
Yeah, the lieutenant said to do it, just do it. But so when these politicians are screaming and yelling that, okay, fine, whatever. Do they really think that these were illegal orders? That everybody in that chain of command from these boats that are blowing up the drug boats or firing these missiles, that everybody is all on board with making illegal decisions? They're trying to tell me the 25 people that it involves, not one of them would go, hey, wait, this ain't right. I'm not doing this.
Right.
Or I'm going to call the news and tell them what's going on. That would happen. And it's not happened because nothing they've done is illegal. But you can't tell a liberal that. Like I said, if a dog gets hit in my front yard here by a car, someone's going to blame Trump. Trump did that. Trump caused that dog to get hit. It's his fault, not the driver's fault. Trump's fault. And liberals will believe that. Like, oh, yeah, Trump's a jerk. He killed a dog. But these missile strikes are not random. They are not planned out 10 minutes before they fire them. They know what's going on.
They're mapped out. They have the intel. They know who's in the building or in the hut, as the case may be.
And what most people don't know, these Tomahawks, if you lay a football down 600 miles away, that missile will land within a foot of that football if that's the target. They don't just fly off target or, oh, we missed. They hit where they're supposed to hit.
Yeah, they'll put them inside a window.
Yes. So everybody crying about he's just out there killing black folks. Stop. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. And believe it or not, people are laughing at you behind your back. The U.S. Navy is not racist. They hate everybody equally. They are not a racist organization. For the love of God. How do these people dress themselves in the morning is my big question. How do they find their way to work without someone with them?
Well, you get dressed by YouTube video.
Yeah, there's probably YouTube video. Okay, first we're going to put our socks on today. And remember, it goes over your foot, not over your shoe. So let's put those on first. And they probably still mess that up. Step one, get out of bed. Now, here's something I'm torn on, and I don't know how you feel about this. Zelensky came over to talk with Trump, and then I think Putin phoned in. I think it was the other day, they blew something up in Ukraine with drones, and Ukraine fired back, and it's going on. I don't think we need to be involved in this. I think we should have cut bait and got out last year. None of this involves us. It has nothing to do with us.
Yeah, nothing to do with us. The only thing it has to do with us is that it's using our arms.
And I read somewhere that the Russians captured an undamaged M1 Abrams battle tank now. They have one.
What?
So now they can reverse. Yeah. Now they can figure out how it works and what it uses.
Unbelievable.
And then people are saying, well, if we don't help Ukraine, Russia's going to take Europe. And I keep trying to tell people, Russia is so financially broke from this right now. When this is over, it's going to take decades for them to rebuild what they've lost, to get their armies built back up, to get money, to get unit. They are so close to bankruptcy because of this. They're not going to be able to do shit. Nothing. I think they thought they were going to roll into Ukraine and be done in a month. And what will be 2 years later?
Yeah. Over 2 years later.
And they're still there fighting.
Yep. Yeah, it should have been a cakewalk for Russia. Should have been. But no. But yeah, so I'm not worried about Russia, dragging Europe in this. They can't afford it. Yeah.
They don't have the manpower.
And we need to cut Zelensky off completely.
Yeah.
And we need to investigate Lindsey Graham's bank accounts.
Well, I think all the politicians' bank accounts should be investigated. I think we'd find some interesting stuff in all their accounts.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, he's just making money. He doesn't give a shit.
He's got mansions all over the world.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got houses and cars and stuff now. He doesn't care.
Yeah. Once they lose this, he doesn't have to worry about being there. He can go anywhere else. He's got a house in Paris. I think he's got one here, as a matter of fact.
I'd probably right next to Osama bin Laden's old house.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a war we should not be involved in at all in any way, shape, or form. We should let them duke it out with the understanding that, hey, this stays with you guys. If any of you stray from your country to another country now, then we're going to get involved. If you use nuclear weapons, we're going to get involved. As long as you stay conventional and you keep it between Ukraine and Russia, we don't care what you do. We're not getting involved. We're staying out of it.
Have at it.
Hey, good luck. We need to be watching China because they're watching Taiwan. They're waiting for the right time to go into Taiwan. That's what we need to be keeping an eye on, not these two fools. But liberals don't like Putin. They love Zelensky, which is reversed because didn't they like Putin while Biden was in office and hated Zelensky or some shit like that? Wasn't it weird? Now it's they love him and hate. I can't keep up with them. They're schizophrenic. Their ideas change like the weather. All right, take our last break and we'll come back with Fred Profiter and we'll complain and bitch about other stuff.
Yeah.
Welcome to America's Pulse Network. This is APN's very own White House correspondent, Alexandra Levine.
This is so amazing and miraculous. We've never had a president in the history of our nation doing this. And we hope to God that he continues doing this forever and ever. Thank you. God bless you, everybody. And God bless President Trump.
And God bless you.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. This is Alexandra Levine with the America's Pulse Network. I am the White House correspondent right here in the heart of D.C. as President Trump is celebrating 250 years of America and the military.
Subscribe and follow America's Pulse Network on the above social medias.
We're back with Fred Profiter. His camera's crazy. He's the outgoing president of the Frederick County Conservative Club. He's with me. He's been here before. He'll be back again when he's no longer the president and it's just Fred Profiter civilian or whatever it will be then.
Yeah, we got our whiskey night.
Yeah, we got to do that again. We'll have to do that on a Saturday. That way I can recoup on Sunday. So I get to work on Monday. We'll have to figure that out on a Saturday. Now, the third segment is usually just stuff I throw out there because I thought it was funny or it caught my eye, and it didn't really rate to be in the breaking or important news. It's more like, look at this. This little troll is still around. I don't know how. Yeah, I don't understand.
She's like venereal disease.
She was arrested. She wasn't arrested. It was staged. They knew she was going to be there. Her publicist probably called them and said, arrest her at this time because miraculously there was cameras everywhere when she got arrested. She's still defending Gaza and all those poor people that raped and murdered people on October 7th because they are the true victims, not the people that were raped and murdered. It was Hamas. They're just freedom fighters and they're trying to defend their country. I'm so sick of hearing that I could vomit. And they found more tunnels in Gaza than they have tunnels for subways in New York or some crap like that. Like miles and miles and miles of tunnels.
Yeah.
Built with money that was given to them to feed their people.
Yeah. Hello, USAID.
Oh, yeah. Another worthwhile organization that... Yeah, good for them. I'm glad they shut them down. Yeah, she was arrested. I think it was London. England. Yeah, she was arrested in London over the weekend or last weekend, protesting the treatment of Palestinians.
We got it all covered.
And apparently I heard that they're setting up another flotilla to go down to Gaza again. It's supposed to be bigger.
They don't have a dock.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. The dock they put up that got washed away. That was great.
$12 million boondoggle that Biden came up with.
But it was so nice of him, trying to help those poor, helpless terrorists.
Yeah.
This made me laugh. Get this to come up. Here we go. FBI confirms Epstein letter to Larry Nassar implicating Trump is a complete fake. Did anybody doubt that? Did anybody ever think it was legit at any time?
They have tried to pin this on Trump for 10 years now. Ever since Giselle or Jazane Maxwell got arrested. You know, it looks like she's got to get a walk.
Yeah, I was reading that they're building something to get her out of there. Or they can talk. I don't know.
So,
and didn't what was it? I also read that Trump threw out Epstein from Mar-a-Lago when he found out what was going on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Kicked him out of the club. Yeah.
Kicked him out
stopped
in like 2001, I think it was.
And then they're releasing the Epstein files, and so far nothing's come out about Trump, and people are saying, well, it's because they're hiding it. No, because there's probably nothing there.
Because they've redacted it all. They protected the victims.
I don't think they should redact anything. And if it is, just etch out the victim's name. That's all you got to do. Black that out. Everything around it's fine. I think there's far more politicians involved in that than anybody realizes, which is sad.
Yeah, I mean, if we ever get to the bottom of Epstein, it's going to be both parties.
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt about that.
Hang them.
Oh, hell yeah.
We don't want
hang him out. Hang him in front of the White House on the lawn so everybody can see. Here's another company that just feels so bad.
This one cracked me up.
Yeah, cosmetic company Lush donating earnings from watermelon-shaped soap to support Gaza children. The money's
going to be better off with soap on a rope.
Probably, and probably better off just sending the people checks directly because it's going to Hamas because that's the ruling government there. They're just going to keep the money and rearm themselves.
And seriously, how much soap are they going to sell? Watermelon-shaped soap?
Dude, you'd be surprised. All these idiot libs think that Israel's committing genocide are going to, suck that up and buy as many as they can, not realizing they're supporting Hamas. That all that money they're spending is going to a terrorist organization. It's not going to anybody else. It's not going to children. It's going to Hamas.
And it's going to go to Hamas first, and the kids might get some milk money out of it.
Maybe. But yeah.
Goat milk.
Ugh, I've had that once. Ugh, nasty stuff. It's like syrup. It's thick. Well, Fred's about that time, so I want to thank you for coming on. Huh? I enjoyed it. I would normally say, hey, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you and what you're doing, but pretty soon you're going to go back into the
going dark.
Yeah, you're going private life. Yeah, so like I said, anybody who's interested in jumping in and taking over for Fred, it's fccc.us. That's the website. You can email from there. Is there going to be a last meeting or no? That's it. We're done.
No, we're done.
We're done. So unless somebody else steps up, and like I said, if you step up, we're not going to bail on you. We will help you assimilate and get involved and introduce you to people.
First, we want to make sure that we think you're going to cut the mustard.
Yes. And then we introduce you to
what it takes to. I mean, I didn't have that luxury. This thing was dropped in my lap.
True.
It was sink or swim. So, fuck it, I'm swimming.
And then, of course, we'll introduce whoever decides to step up to the members and let them decide as well. They have a say. And if everybody approves you, we'll hang out for a couple of months and make sure you get your feet, get settled, get acclimated, get even keeled, and we're gone.
So,
But thanks. And like I said, we'll do whiskey night one night. Like I said, I'm going to try to set it up for a Saturday. Because I do it on a Sunday. Monday morning's rough. Really
Damon, you hearing that?
Oh, man. But thanks a lot, man. Go enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll talk to you.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for being here, boss.
And Happy New Year, everybody.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Happy New Year to you, too. I'll talk to you before then, though.
All right, buddy.
Then I know.
See ya.
All right. So, everybody, that was Fred Profiter, outgoing president of the Frederick County Conservative Club, the largest club in Western Maryland, the most active club in Western Maryland. Hopefully, he will find a replacement because it's a club worth keeping open. It really is. It's accomplished a lot. And the Western Maryland needs a club like that. It needs that leadership that's not getting from any other club. So, yeah, hopefully that will happen. So we're at that time in the show where I give my opinion, talk about what I want to talk about. Again, it's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. You don't even have to listen to it. You can turn off and tell me to kick rocks or whatever it is you'd like to tell me. Excuse me. This Christmas Day, the United States, in coordination with Nigerian authorities, launched precision airstrikes against Islamic State-affiliated militants in northwest Nigeria's Sokoto state. These targeted camps belong to the, I'm going to butcher this, I apologize, Lakwara group, linked to the Islamic State Sial province, ISSP, a jihadist network exploiting instability to impose extremist rule. The operation neutralized multiple terrorists and disrupted planned attacks, marking a critical step in confronting a growing threat. Nigeria faces several security challenges from various armed groups, but the rise of ISIS-linked elements like Lakawara has heightened risk, including targeted violence against religious minorities. While the Northwest region is predominantly Muslim and much of the violence there affects all communities indiscriminately, killings, kidnappings, and extortions, jihadist ideologies driving these groups often view Christians as a prime target when opportunities arise. Reports from early 2025 document militants specifically attacking Christian workers, such as in the Kebbi state, where 3 Christians at a construction site were killed in a deliberate assault. Broader patterns of Islamist extremism in Nigeria include the related ISIS branches, have long included persecution of Christians. Groups enforcing strict interpretations of Sharia have historically targeted churches, abducted Christian girls, and issued ultimatums for Christians to flee certain areas. The Lakawara's expansion, recruiting from transnational jihadist networks and controlling territories, raises legitimate concerns that their influence could intensify such sectarian attacks, especially as they seek to establish dominance. President Trump's decision to authorize the strikes reflected a commitment to preventing escalation. By hitting these camps, used for staging and recruitment, the operation not only aided Nigeria's overstretched forces, but also sent a clear signal. Safe havens for terrorists threatening vulnerable populations, including Christians, will no longer be tolerated. This action was necessary and proportionate. It was conducted at Nigeria's request, using precision munitions to minimize civilian harm, and focused on imminent threats. Long-term solutions require improved governance, development, and interfaith dialogue. But when jihadists plot violence amid religious tensions, divisive interaction saves lives. If similar credible threats emerge, camps forming, attacks planned, or expansions targeting more Christians, such strikes should be repeated without hesitation. Protecting innocent people, regardless of faith, demands vigilance. In a region where extremism preys on the weak, standing idle is not an option. This strike was a vital defense of human dignity and Christian freedom. Again, that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to like it. Just my opinion. So once again, this Wednesday, we will not be on with the Pulse because it's New Year's Eve. Next Sunday, I will be back at 7. So that would be what? The 4th? The 4th of January. I'll be back. Same time. So everybody, I hope you have a good rest of the weekend. I hope you enjoyed your Christmas, and I hope you enjoy your New Year's Eve. Be safe and responsible if you're going out. Remember, New Year's Eve is amateur night. People out drinking and driving, acting like a fool. It's always best to stay home or go to a house party with people you know. But either way, have fun. Enjoy your time. Have a good short week this week, and I will see you all next Sunday at 7. And remember, if you live your life based on a set of principles and not a political party, you're going to lead a very good life. Everybody have a good evening.
Me hearties, you've just weathered another bold voyage through the stormy seas of truth with the Conservative Corner podcast. Hoist your sails high and keep plundering the treasures of liberty, family values, and unyielding freedom. The winds of tyranny may howl fierce and furious, but true conservative buccaneers like you never surrender the ship. Stay fierce, stand fast, and chart your course for a stronger tomorrow. Fair winds and following seas. Until next time. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and best wishes for a happy, healthy, and prosperous New